Well, my friends, welcome back to another war video in Empires and Puzzles. This is 3KO Games, and thanks for tuning in and watching me play a game on my phone. So, we took on this Vietnamese alliance this weekend in our war. They just absolutely annihilated us. Congratulations to you. Not only did they annihilate us, but I had just a real crappy war again. Where am I? There. I'm not the worst, but lots of frustrating wars lately. I was really busy this weekend, so I didn't get a chance to do commentary as I did the hits. So I'll do a quick intro to each battle and then just let some music play today. Two other quick announcements. One, if you are watching and enjoying this content, if you have been, please consider subscribing to the channel. It sure helps me out. I am approaching 1,000 subscribers, which would be really, really exciting. The other news item is that it is my turn to host a collaboration video. Speaking of bad wars, we have some of the top content creators in Empires and Puzzles contributing a video talking about what they do to turn around from a bad war, either to prevent it in the first place or mid-war, what do you do? How do you keep the fun in the game? All that kind of stuff. And that video will be coming out in the next day or two. Some really awesome videos from some really wonderful people. But for now, let's get to these hits. Enjoy. I haven't seen a Diao Chan tank in a little while, and one of my favorite superstitions is really just to go in for the first battle against somebody that you usually do pretty well against. So here we go, all in against a Diao Chan tank, and in case you haven't seen that in my videos before, Phonexa gives me attack up. Torben will make the target kind of marked for death, as they say. Whatever damage the rest of the team takes, the target takes for 80% as well. And then we just have some strong hit alls after that to follow up to make sure that that target is really gone. And I tried to make it happen and just utterly failed. So here's the rest of that. I suppose maybe if I had done that blue diamond on the left, I might have had enough tiles to get some of those heroes up, but I don't think all the heroes would have been up. And now, once she goes off, now Lemonwood is charged, and yeah, game over. I at least hung on for a long time here. It was possible that something might happen. So I'm going to speed up this video because it's going to take a while. Hoping to recover in this one here with a strong purple team against a yellow slime tank. Is that Gurik? Gurik, I think, makes everybody on his team want to revive. There are a lot of tough yellow slime tanks. Gurik, Sludges, that new one, Gold Drip. What I like to do there is bring in Mortawitch. Mortawitch hits really hard, which usually gives a yellow slime hero the Mega Minion. But when Mortawitch hits, no matter how hard she hits, the Mega Fiend stays for that hero, not their Mega Minion. They don't get that Mega Minion back. Of course, now they have that slime revive status thing going on, so watch out. That's going to be really annoying. But it's dispelled from at least a couple here. And now I just need to get one more purple match somewhere. In the meantime, building up my reds to attack against some of these green flanks. Trying to keep the streak alive here against this next team of Bernadette tank. There are lots of Ferguses and Bernadettes on this team. So I brought in one of the teams that I have used here. We've got Toon Thorn to resist, Toon Vivica to resist, just strong hitters with Guardian, Hippo, and Poppet. And then, of course, Oniwakamaru, or Mura, I keep forgetting, who will get that undispellable taunt in 2 turns. And boy, I sure didn't start the board with many blue tiles, but a little cascade there made me believe maybe something was possible. I made a big mistake here, not for this battle, but for upcoming battles, because Poppet is somebody that I usually reserve for my Insanity team. And once Poppet is gone, then the Insanity team doesn't really work. But I used to use Poppet on here on this team against Bernadette all the time. So I wasn't thinking fully, and anyway, Poppet helps me out a lot here, but sure not at all then for the Insanity team coming up. All right, trying to keep the streak alive, and I realized that Poppet was gone, and I thought, well, who is my best taunt hero left? Ludwig? It's a real risk. Can I get Ludwig charged before Fergus goes off? I actually had a lot of tiles, but it seemed like every move was a big cascade, and it was just charging everybody up. I got all these blues, but now I'm getting these cascades, and pretty soon Fergus is gonna be charged. Ooh, maybe I can get my greens up. No, that's another cascade. It was just kind of a wild battle that way. So that's kind of what happened here. I wanted to take it easy, but there were not many flags left and several Bernadettes left. So here we go in for another hit against a Bernadette team. This is my kind of secondary Bernadette team. Except now I need better purples on this secondary Bernadette team, especially when I use some of my top purples against a yellow slime tank. The thought here is if I can get two purple matches, I can block Bernadette's mana gain for 2 turns with Goretooth. Now, Goretooth does give a defense down thing, which kind of sucks against Bernadette because it gives her defense up, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Just having a hero that can be fired in 2 turns is pretty awesome. But no such luck here. So now I'm hoping maybe, what's his name? Lord Loki resists, and he doesn't, and it's downhill from here. Final battle, just decided to go in for a clean. No Bernadette on this team, just these other heroes, and we brought in just kind of a strong team of who we had left. Greens and purples in against these 2 blue tanks, or blue heroes, and Goldrip over there in the corner. And all I needed to do was just get a couple tiles rolling here. And I was able to at least do that here for the clean. So hooray for me. the music's going to play, and that's going to be the end of the video. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time.